Well, it's time now for Health Reports, and joining us now is Africa 54 Health correspondent Moudou. What do you have for us today, Lenny?
Hello, Vincent, and welcome back. Well, the World Health Organization says Pakistan and Afghanistan must intensify efforts to halt a spread of the crippling polio virus. The WHO warns that vaccinations of international air travelers in Afghanistan are not being tracked, quote, and no exit screening and restriction of unvaccinated travelers has been implemented at international airports. According to the WHO, no cases of wild poliovirus has been reported in Africa. However, Madagascar had 9 cases of vaccine-derived poliovirus this year. Polio attacks the nervous system and can cause irreversible paralysis within hours of infection and often spreads among young children. Now, in recent years, the international campaign to rid the world of polio has been hampered in some Muslim countries by claims from some clerics that the polio vaccine is really an undercover campaign to sterilize Muslim children. Now, an anti-polio campaign in Kenya is meeting opposition from another direction, Kenya's Catholic bishops, who are calling on the faithful to boycott the vaccine in that country. Lenny Ruvaga has more on the story.
Mid-morning in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. Workers from the Ministry of Health are doing rounds immunizing children against polio. Mary Samula, a teacher, welcomes the team into her home, eager to get her newborn Chantel immunized. The first round of the campaign ended August 5th, and the Ministry of Health says it's on its way toward achieving its goal of reaching 6 million children when the campaign ends September 2nd. Despite calls by the Catholic Church to reject the vaccine, Samula, who is Catholic, welcomes it.
I'd like my baby to be immunized because I don't want my child to be paralyzed. That's the first thing. And also, I listen to my own voice. I like my baby to grow up as a normal child.
As the campaign was beginning, Kenya's Catholic bishops called for a boycott of the polio vaccine, saying it has not been thoroughly tested. The bishops also said the vaccines were birth control in disguise. They had raised similar objections earlier this year to a tetanus vaccination campaign.
We are in a status where now we must be able to kind of determine our own destiny.
But Dr. Nicholas Muraguri, the Health Ministry's Director of Medical Services, says the bishop's concerns are baseless.
The polio vaccine that is being used in this campaign from 1st to 5th August is safe. It has gone through all the quality assurance system, including our own confirmation in our own laboratories that the vaccine is safe.
Catholic officials contacted by VOA elsewhere in the world would not comment specifically on the Kenya bishop's position, saying only that local church leaders have a responsibility to protect their congregations. But writings from Catholic Church leaders approve of vaccines and see them both as a way to protect individual lives and public health. Lenny Ruvaga for VOA News, Nairobi, Kenya.
The World Health Organization has announced that Somalia is free of the polio virus after no cases of the illness were reported in the past year. Now, the Somali Ministry of Health and its partners say they hope to announce full eradication of the virus in the next 3 years. Abdulaziz Billow reports from VOA from Mogadishu.
After years of massive vaccination campaigns against polio, the World Health Organization and the Ministry of Health jointly declared Somalia polio-free.
Since 1 year, we have no polio case in Somalia. We hope that our vigilance, our surveillance system will continue, and inshallah, after 3 years, if we will declare after 3 years eradication of polio from Somalia.
For years, Somali health authorities, with the support of UN agencies and the World Health Organization, worked to vaccine millions of Somali children, mostly under the age of 5. The virus has sickened many children in south-central Somalia, formerly under the control of the terrorist group Al-Shabaab.
In 2013, we recorded 189 cases of polio in Somalia. That was the biggest population of all cases combined in the world. So we're optimistic about the latest development, and we hope to put more efforts in vaccination and to the parents. Polio has no cure, only prevention.
Polio is a contagious viral disease that can cause paralysis in its victims. This child in a displacement camp is a living example of how serious the polio virus is. He can't walk like normal children, but only crawls. To avoid any repeat of this crisis, the Health Ministry and its international partners have promised to step up the immunization program all across the country. Polio remains endemic in 3 countries: Afghanistan, Nigeria, and Pakistan. Until polio virus transmission is interrupted in these countries, all countries remain at risk of importation of polio, especially in the polio virus importation belt of countries from West Africa to the Horn of Africa. Abdulaziz Billow for VOA News, Mogadishu.
And that's our Africa Health Report for today. Back to you, Vincent.
Well, Linord, thanks a lot, and be sure to watch Linord Moudou's health reports every Tuesday and Thursday right here on Africa 54.